2012 Turner Prize has been, well, pretty much the same as it always is. Not much art that I can relate to, and not much art that I think reflects what's actually going on in the country, especially with Stuckism and artists like Joe Machine having solo shows that could always be in these kind of things. They just seem to ignore it and go on with what I think is Nicholas Throat's agenda of being anti-painting and anti-sculpture. I mean, even the work that's in there that is sculpture, or even Paul Noble's drawings, it's all the same stuff, just in different clothes. I mean, it's this empty, banal approach to artwork that seems to be consistent, whatever medium they use. And obviously this year they're doing performance art as well. But again, it's just the same thing, but in the form of performance art. So that's why I'm protesting with the Stuckists today.
A lot of the people seem to do less lights.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the same. I just think it's in a different format. Sorry, I'll take this off. That's okay. I think it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, I know they've got performance art this year and Paul Noble, but it's this very dry, clinical approach to art, which
they try to be controversial to get attention to modern art, basically, don't they?
Well, then why not present art instead of presenting controversy to represent art? I mean, I understand that they want to get attention, but it's only attention for attention's sake, as far as I can tell.
Yes, but there are prizes for wonderful.
Sorry?
Diana, no, who are you?
I'm Lady Gaga.
Oh, I wouldn't have recognised her. She's different every time you see her.
Yeah.
But there are prizes for all these other things, aren't there?
Well, I think the Turner Prize is a very good platform because it's a national gallery to maybe represent something else that's going on in British art, like Stuckism, for example, where you've got...
they have the sitting art, they're contemporary.
Yeah, but...
What are they called? Artists in residence, or whatever they're called?
Yeah, fine, but I mean, I think at a national level there should be recognition as well for what's actually going on, as opposed to just championing one narrow angle of art, which I think the Turner Prize does. So...
I think you're focusing on one narrow area of art, aren't you? I mean, I've never liked anything in the Turner Prize thus far.
No, that's
and
fine.
I've seen a lot of them. But
well, we're right.
But, why shouldn't it be there?
Well, no, what I would say is why shouldn't more figurative painting of the more kind of lively, vibrant, deep...
Because there are things for that, aren't there? There are prize awarding for that.
Hello, I'm John Bourne from the Wrexham Stuckists. I've come down here especially to see this thing. I've been coming here for over a decade. It's not getting any better. I've just been round it, looked at everything. There's a bouncy castle in there, confirming how juvenile a lot of the stuff is. There are some drawings, admittedly, but what's wrong with painting? Why does it have to be anything but painting? In fact, the most interesting thing I saw in there was some copies of prints, I think, of work by Hieronymus Bosch. And that illustrates the fact that the art that this place supports is very much concerned with the found object, whether it be a physical object or some object of media, bit of literature, an image. There's always something that's been done by someone else rather than the artist themselves. Why do they have to just show found objects all the time? For a long time I've felt that people who aren't real artists have been hijacking our galleries, and the place that I'm standing by is a good example of that. We have people who are would-be filmmakers, would-be musicians, would-be writers, and they're all hijacking the galleries that were originally built for basic visual art. And basic visual art is what we need more of, because that is a form of visual philosophy which is investigating the world. It's the sort of thing that we Stuckists are still trying to do. We may not always fail, we may not always succeed, but we're prepared to risk failure in order to investigate the world in a serious way rather than just to try and get the attention of the media.
I've been to a few Turner Prize exhibitions and it was more boring this year than ever before.
Well, it's the first time I saw it.
What I think is very amusing is tonight it'll go on some great British event. And like, there were only about, when I was in the exhibition today, on the day of the prize, there were only about 3 people in there. You know, and yet tonight, people living in Aberdeen, Plymouth, think that this is like some major happening, you know.
Well, even the full Stuckist weren't really nice. I mean, they tried.
They weren't there. You think they could sort of whip them up, couldn't you?
Watch. And I filmed her. The only person in the exhibition was this old lady looking at her watch. And I was expecting these Doctor Who people to be running around. And there's... I'm not disappointed, but I mean...
It's a very odd collection this year, isn't it? The R.D. Lang exhibit was just archive footage from years and years ago by some guy who had nothing to do with that footage, and he's presenting the footage as his Turner Prize entry. I suppose it's like the usual thing. We could all say, well, I could have done that, or anyone could have done that, but I suppose he did it, but it's not his work, really. It's not even... It's almost worse than plagiarism, because at least plagiarists usually adapt the work and put a bit of their own character into it as well. But here, it wasn't even his work.
Okay, so I'm here today in the cold because I'm against the low quality of work in the Turner Prize. Conceptual art can be good, but what's in there is very low quality. That's what I'm against, especially set against the Pre-Raphaelite exhibition. It just makes our point even stronger. How can you put the Turner Prize, what's in the Turner Prize, next to that? Okay, I actually think being a Stuckist is quite cool, and I'm really proud to be a Stuckist, so I'm like, stuck, fuck yeah. That's what's behind the space card.
Right, as this year's been the Damien Hirst exhibition, I'm particularly protesting about the way the butterflies were exhibited, not alongside complementary species. And I'm sort of making a joke that Mother Nature likes wearing matching accessories, that those butterflies should be exhibited alongside exotic flowers and suitable fauna. And I also feel thought it was relevant as Spartacus Chetwood was doing a sort of ecological installation. Although personally I think if you want a fancy dress party, by all means have one, but don't charge the council £20,000 for it.
No. It's about £5,000.
Thank you.
Hold it down there onto this, just so you can see this, yeah? Right, that will do. I need a pin. Hang on. Right, that will do. No, look at me. Thank you.
I thought the Spartacus Chetwynd performance was absolutely hysterical, but I wouldn't call it art. I'm just gluing my moustache. Is that how she, is that sort of her face?
Frida Kahlo?
Yeah.
Well, hers wasn't trimmed, was it?
No. But this is how they're selling it. This is sold as a Frida Kahlo moustache.
See, when I see it, I think of Dali.
Yeah.
In the early days. It's a young Dali.
A young Dali.
That could be Frida Kahlo's eyebrows, but
Yeah,
it's not a moustache. Although it'd need to be one long strip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true, just there. It's quite bacon, isn't it, red lipstick?